What's up guys, today I'm going to share some funny, awkward Finnish stereotypes. And I'm using that with Finnish Nightmares. Finnish Nightmares is like a social media page that makes these funny, interesting illustrations about these stereotypes. And I'm gonna share them to you, and let's go check that stuff right now. Alright, so first we have here is small talk. As you can see, Finnish people usually answer like really 1-2 word answers, and I think this is true, definitely. I think in general Finnish people try to make as little interaction as possible, especially when it comes down to small talk and with people they don't know. I think this is definitely true, in my opinion. The next one we have is having to praise yourself, and this is definitely true. Finnish people are a little bit too humble in many possible ways. If I sometimes ask when I meet some people, for example when I'm been on dates and I met some new girl I'm interested, I usually ask like, what are you good at? Anytime people have said like, I don't really know, and I'm not really in anything, and we know that everyone is good at something, right? I think the reason is that people think it comes across as like bragging, like do, that this kind of stuff, which is not obviously the case. If someone asks you where you're good at, you should answer like, I'm good at catching Pokemon or learning new languages or making new videos, whatever your skill is. This is true, unfortunately, but we should be a little bit more like just proud, and like confident, and not be too ashamed of ourselves and our skills and knowledge. You get someone as your pair you don't know. When I was in school, definitely yes, I remember this, because when you're young and like in school, you just usually want to tag along with your friends, and I definitely remember this. There's actually a really good point why this is okay, because for example I met my first girlfriend when I was assigned with someone else other than my good friends, which happened to be my first girlfriend back then. I think nowadays people should think that it's just an opportunity to meet new people, get to spend a little bit of time with the new person, it's always an opportunity. And if it turns out a person you don't like, then you can just let him go, and if it turns out a really cool person you want to hang out, you could even make a new friend, who knows. And next one, oh man, this is really awkward. Someone's blocking your way and they don't notice you, so you just stand there until they do notice. And this is one of the things what I don't like Finns, because this is really awkward, and in this case if you are the one who has to get through, they're like they just do like this, and they don't want to engage in the interaction with the person they don't know because they think it's too rude and stuff. And god damn it, Finland, we start think too much about what other people think about us. Come on, you just need to get through. It's just a random person. What kind of influence that does have it on your life? Absolutely nothing. But this is definitely true. I can relate this to so much. You see someone you know, but aren't sure if you know them well enough to greet them. This is definitely true. And even with some people you actually know, like semi-acquainted, I probably every week have these situations where actually I start to think that I wouldn't want to be seen by that person for some reason. And it's really hard to explain why. Why do we have this? It's so weird, but this is definitely true. Like we try to avoid, we want to avoid unnecessary interactions because we are just friends. And next we have some awkward situations in the bus, and I could make a whole video about Finnish bus culture. Someone sits next to you in public and then they start speaking to you. I can relate to this because maybe there's some people who know me quite well, and I like to do small talk, and I've done it in the bus sometimes because of two reasons. Just to pass time, it's fun to chatter with some people. Again, it could be a new opportunity, you can never know. And two, just to see how they react, because I'm always curious to kind of like probe a little bit the Finns and see how they actually react to these kind of situations. Actually, I remember there was one funny occasion when I was sitting next to a little bit older lady, and I started to small talk to her. She was quite okay with it, and then I usually say like, I'm sorry, because I have this kind of habit to do small talking, and if you feel it's awkward, just let me know and I'll shut up. And she's like, yeah, it's okay. And she said like, in Finland, if a stranger starts to talk to you, it's either two cases. One, that person is drunk. Two, a fucking retard. And I was completely sober, so I think there's only one case left in that case. And this is the culmination of the worst, most scary bus situation ever. No free pair of seats. In Finnish buses we have this like two pair of seats, like two pair like this. Finnish people always seek to find that empty pair of seats to avoid sitting next to someone. And this is true, I do this myself too. But I have no problem sitting next to someone, and people actually go sit next to someone if they can't do. But for example, I remember once this situation, I was sitting in the bus, I was sitting kind of in the front, and a girl came in, she went all the way to the back, and then she came back to the first row, because that was the only place where there were two, like a pair of seats left. Everything else is full, but she went all the way to the back to check if there was a free pair of seats. But there wasn't, so she came all the way back to the front and occupied first free pair of seats. Oh my god, this is so weird. This is so weird. More bus situations. You see a seat become vacant, but don't want the person next to you think you move away because of them. I think this happens sometimes. People still move, but again, we're still too much inside our heads. We start to think and worry about what the other people think of our lives and actions too much. This also happened to me in Japan when I was sitting in the train next to some Japanese, and if there was space become free, they actually moved away from me. That was kind of weird. In Finland this happens sometimes, yes. I can't really picture if I've done it myself. Maybe I have, but you see where this is going, them Finns. When you want to leave the bus without bothering the person sitting next to you. And this is really classical. I love this stuff. If you're sitting on the window side and you need to get off, and the guy on the next to the aisle is just sitting, you know. And people, again, if they're sitting next to the window, they're like they just do this. They don't want to open their mouth and ask like, excuse me, I would like to get off. Which is really easy to say. Well, most of the time that people actually are able to say. And sometimes they actually just stand up to deliver the message without saying anything. Because people will understand that, okay, this guy's probably getting off. But it's just so ridiculous. People just like try to keep their mouth shut and, you know, deliver the message. And that's absolutely... Oh... Why Finns, why? Most of the time people actually say, but this kind of stuff happens so often that we can make actually a stereotype out of it. Fuck! God damn it! Alright, that's all for today's video. Share your thoughts about this video. Are you a Finnish person yourself? Let me know. Or have you been to Finland? Are you living in Finland? As an international, share your comments, share your thoughts. And remember to subscribe again for new videos every Tuesday and Friday from Finland to you guys, so you don't miss it. And hit that bell button too, so you get the notifications of the new videos. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. So moro.